Give them a time frame, otherwise people will not take action.
Obviously, there has to be a hype.
Your job, Alessia's job, is to say, if you enjoyed this, doesn't have to stop. There is urgency, and you know that people want to stay in a safe, comfortable zone. They don't want to commit to anything because safety, better be safe. I don't want to risk anything. Without the event, they wouldn't believe in themselves. Build it and they will come. Guess what? That is not true. They will not come. It doesn't matter how beautiful the product that you have created is. After 2 years in business, we understood one simple concept, which was launching. Launching is the only way to sell anything online. And if you don't know how to launch, that's the topic of this video. I come from cinema, so I knew how people were launching films. So now there is the new Indiana Jones coming out. And if you remember, maybe a few months ago, you've seen some teasers, maybe with Harrison Ford, maybe older, maybe younger, and you started telling everybody about it. Then you see articles, then closest to the launch, to the premiere, you see trailers coming out, usually 3 or 4, all spaced out, in order to build the hype around what? Around the big event, which is the premiere of a film. Why do they do that? Because they want to spread the word that everybody at that specific date should go running towards the theaters and watch the movie. It shouldn't be any different if we want to create buzz around something that we suddenly make available. This is what we realized. In order to sell a product, you've got to launch it. And then if you're not familiar with Jeff Walker launch, there are a million ways of launching a product. This is what we've done so far. We're not going to just tell you what we wrote in a book. We're going to tell you what we have done and actually worked really well. For example, for the membership launches, what do we do?
Okay, membership launches, as I was mentioning before, there is always a way for people to come in and commit. We open the membership only once a year to everyone around the world. Obviously, there has to be a hype. So usually I start creating videos that people will like, they will find very valuable, related to what you do, and you know that people need and want. And then I invite them to sign up for a free event. It can be a free workshop where we learn the very basics of ballet. So I love doing that because it's free. The only commitment that they're gonna do is to give me their email address. What I do in the email address, I send them to a private community because I want people to understand the value of being in a membership that is not just about content. It's about being part of a community that is supported, because I don't allow bad apples in my communities. I want people that support each other, and I continue inviting people. I create content every week until we get to the event, and I keep inviting people to the free event.
So at this point, we're not selling anything.
Never.
We're just sending people to the event because we want them to register their interest. It's the first time they're gonna say, I'm interested. It's the first time they raise their hand. An engagement that you need for people to say yes at any point. Let me guess, you've spent months building your product and you rushed your sales page. Is that you? Good. We're all guilty of that. But the sales page is the actual asset that is going to sell the beautiful thing you created. If you haven't spent much time on it and you don't know how to go about it, we've got a framework that you can download for free so that you can improve the actual thing that's gonna sell your thing. If you want it, just click on the link below. It's yours.
The reason why I like to do these free events and these free workshops is because I want people to see me live and to see me that I am the person that they're talking to. Like every time I go live, I'm no different from when I'm in the video. I want them to get to know me and I want them to feel good. I want them to enjoy that time. I want it to be a real event.
And also, I think because we researched our ideal client, we know that they don't believe they can do ballet. They don't believe they're flexible enough, they're young enough, they're fit enough. So in the event, we need to prove them, Alessia needs to prove them that they can do it too. So it's crucial. Without the event, they wouldn't believe in themselves. And the event is there to give them something for free, for sure, but also to reassure them that that was exactly what they needed to fulfill their childhood dream. With our content, we usually have more than 1,000 registered every time we do an event. So instead of having sporadic people popping in and out a page, we have 1,000+ people registering for the same event. And the day of the live, we've got hundreds of people watching the same live all together, feeling like they're special because they registered, because they committed. And that's when they're the highest, because they get to experience what they wanted in the first place. And if they like what they've experienced, your job, Alessia's job, is to say, if you enjoyed this, doesn't have to stop. The next thing that I can offer you is this, and it costs this much. The choice is yours. And usually we've got lots of people taking up on the offer because it makes sense.
I give them a time frame. I give them about a week. So if they don't take on my offer in about a week, then that's it. They've lost the boat.
We tried a week, we tried a month, we tried 15 days. Between 7 and 10 days is a sweet spot. If you stretch that, you're only gonna get the same amount of signups, just stretched in time frame. I don't know why. Ask psychologists. I have no idea. Less than 7 days, I don't know. It's a bit too tight. 7 to 10 days is a sweet spot. And we get a ton of people signing up because there is urgency. And you know that people want to stay in a safe, comfortable zone. They don't want to commit to anything because safety, better be safe. I don't want to risk anything. You give them a deadline. They finally take action, even for things that they want and they need it. So that's also crucial.
There is always something. It doesn't matter if it's a membership or if it's a course. We've noticed that people are more keen to take action if they have a time frame. I have programs that they're out there, they're available, and their procrastination mind will just say, I'll do it tomorrow, I'll do it another time, I'll do it another day. Even if you remind them every single time with emails to say, hey, remember, you've got this, you looked at this, you've done the quiz, it was the perfect thing for you, it's still available, then they're not going to take on that offer. There is absolutely no chance.
All the time in the world. Like I always say, I was born in Florence and I have never visited the Uffizi Gallery. And every time I say it, I've got glances like, what? I came from Japan to watch the Uffizi Gallery. I know, because you had steaks. I didn't. It was always available for me. And I said, one day when there's no queue, which is never, I'm gonna visit. I'm still ashamed of it. We are planning the trip to Florence as we speak, so I can redeem myself. But this is the importance of urgency. Give them a time frame, otherwise people will not take action. If this is the first time you launch your product and you feel weird inside because selling is not something that you are very comfortable with, we totally get it. Selling is not easy, especially if you are kind of an introvert and shy. We were exactly the same. But there is a way we found to unlock this method and apply it into your sales messaging, which you should have, because if you don't make money, you cannot sustain your lifestyle. You want to know how to overcome this? Just watch this video right now. Okay, so something like that. No, hang on, but the idea is good. Hang on, scrap that, let's do it again. Okay, good, done.
Okay.